So I remember a time when there was such an excitement in Kenya, everything going digital, and people talked quite a lot about it. So advertisement is also digital. Not now, but it's been that way ever. And it's a big industry that most people are taking into. And with me in studio, I have Kathleen Mureithi. She is a medical health researcher by profession and a young entrepreneur with a passion and a knack for blending both leadership and entrepreneurship. So karibu sana, Kathleen.
Thank you very
We'll just dive right into it. So you tell me you're into digital signage marketing.
Yes.
What does that entail?
Digital signage marketing is basically advertising digital content on digital displays. These digital displays could be the LCD screens. We also have the LED screens and projection screens and the OLEDs. So I think when you walk in town, you'll see a wide variety of or a wide array of video walls, strategically placed in different places in town. So this is what I'm basically talking about.
Sure enough.
Yes.
So I think that's very right. So talk to me about digital signage. Why does someone have to embrace this, especially in the current age? Because we are deviating way far from what we used to have, the conventional maybe radio adverts or conventional posters at strategic points. And now we are embracing digital. Why does someone need to have this?
Let me tell you something. The world is digital. And if you don't embrace digitalization, if you don't embrace digital technology, then I don't think you have anywhere to go in the world. We really have to embrace and move with the wave, and the current, wave of the world. And let me tell you something about digital technology or digital marketing. There's a wide array of audience, that you can actually reach through digital marketing. There's a wide array of people, targeted audience that you can actually reach through digital marketing. One way to reach them, we have so many people doing social media marketing. I know you know about that. So because there's so many millions of people in Facebook, in Twitter, in Instagram. So why can't you just take advantage of these people because they need products and services? If you have a product and service and you want to sell to these people, then I think digital marketing is the way to go.
Wow.
Yes.
You've been working with agencies for the 2 years that you've been in the market, I'd say.
Yes.
How has the experience been growing over time and the acceptance of your trade?
It wasn't easy. When you're a newbie, just getting into this industry, and like you said, I'm a medical health researcher by profession. This is not something that I studied for, but it is a passion. I have this burning desire to travel this immensity. You get. So now getting into this industry, most people were not really welcoming. So you have to fight your way. You have to knock doors. You have to talk to people. You will attend so many meetings. Most of them will not amount to anything. But at the end of the day, what you really work for, what you really aspire to be, I think moving on with determination is what keeps a dream alive.
Sure enough.
Yes.
I think that's right. So talking digital, and it's just quite interesting that most people right now are on their screens, seated somewhere probably on phones.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. The smartphone is actually one of the digital signage devices that people unknowingly know. Because right now you can interact, with the end users, with your networks by posting a photo on your social media platform, by posting a video, sending a text message, sending information through Bluetooth. That is actually an interactive digital signage system. So people have embraced. People are actually interacting with this thing, and some of them are oblivious. But it is here. It is here with us. We really need to embrace it.
Sure enough.
Yes.
So talk to me. Your company does. How do you walk your clients through the whole process from someone who's never embraced this into them now getting to believe and actually taking this up and them getting, I'd say, them getting tangible gain in terms of maybe clientele or maybe traffic on their sites and so on? How do you work with them through? Take us through the process.
It is not really different from the traditional forms of marketing and even digital marketing, because digital marketing and there's a blurred line between digital marketing and digital signage marketing. So first of all, for a client, this client has a particular goal, a particular system that he or she wants to embrace. There's this particular audience that you want to reach based on your particular product. So you tell me about your product, I get to understand it. I have to be you, for me to market your product so that I have to see your end goal. So I have to be you at the end of the day. So you tell me about your goals, tell me how you want to, get your product from point A to point B, and I'll give you a system, where you can interact, first of all. Interaction is key. That's because right now we're living in a world where millennials are, there's a massive revolution, from the millennials. Millennials, for example, when it comes to marketing, they dislike direct marketing. You know, back in the days, the marketing system was very direct. You know, we are selling this. This is what you're supposed to do. This is where you get it. But right now, people are embracing, you know, narration, storytelling. You have seen several advertisements on television where, you know, the concept is about narration. You know, there's a lot of, you know, influencer marketing happening right now. So these are some things that the millennials, you know, want, and they're here to stay. So we have to do what they want to get our products to them. Yes.
So take me through the diversity or the variety of the products that you offer to your clientele at Infinity Media, right?
Yes, Infinity Media. So there's a wide array of products and services that, you know, we help market. First of all, I'll talk about ticketing. There's a process where you can actually, you know, acquire tickets online for long distance travel. We are working with a company called Mureithi. So Mureithi is an online booking company. So what you do is you buy tickets online. So that is one of the particular services or products that we offer. Another product, you have gone to restaurants and you have seen several screens, you know, and there are people who are marketing their products, you know, on these screens. So here's the thing. Several people go to these restaurants in the morning, at lunchtime, and in the evening. So in the morning, you'll have a different segment of people. At lunchtime, you have different people, and depending on the peak and off-peak hours and the, you know, the working hours and the working durations according to the Kenyan, you know, system. So there's a particular product you will sell to people who will come there in the morning. So majorly, these people are normally employers. You know, they don't really go to work at, you know, 8. Like the employees, So they'll go to the restaurants, have breakfast. So what particular products do you want to sell to these people?
To the employers now.
Now that is a package in itself. Another package is, you know, during off-peak hours, we have people who are employed, you know. So this is where an industry like fashion comes in, you know, because there's so many people who are idle during this particular time. Or you're waiting for someone, or you have a meeting in town or anywhere else and you're waiting for this person to come. So what products do you sell to this person? This person has a lot of time because you see, this person is not working during during
so after I'll interrupt you a little bit. After you get to understand the population or your target audience to the adverts that you're posting up. For the clients now, on the clients end, how do you get to quantify the amount of views on these particular screens? Because they are just screens and say, and not at any point would you be there counting how many people are getting into a restaurant and out of it. So how do you get to quantify this when it comes to even invoicing to a client or even giving them value for their money?
Okay, let me give you a simple analogy because digital signage devices are normally used even in the public transport services.
That's right.
So there's so many buses in town right now. So on average, how many seaters do we have? Around 33, 36 people,
That's right.
How many trips does this bus make in a day? How many working hours does this bus get exposed? You know, we all have 24 hours in a day, but basically we work for 18 hours because normally 6 hours are normally spent while we're sleeping. So around 18 hours. So how many hours do you want to market your product? You get, that is one way. How many hours? Do you want to take the full 18 hours? That is a package in itself. There's an amount of money we will charge you, you know. And how many people use, you know, the metrics. You have to consider the metrics. How many people use these vehicles? How many people use these buses in a day? It's around like 1 million people in a day. How many routes are there in Kenya? You know, there's so many buses playing different routes. So how many routes? So these are the things that we consider. Do you want to market your product along Mombasa Road? Do you want to market your product along Kagundo Road? So those are the things that we factor in based on the location of your organization.
Even the location being put into consideration. That's pretty much targeting to the audience. I'd say the people who are viewing the advert, because you are going as much as getting specifics. Pretty much I'd call this it's pretty much what Cambridge Analytica was doing, just that people are doing it legally now. They were taking data off Facebook and using it to give people what they want to see, where they want to see it. That's right. So for a company of someone who's watching this right now, or maybe someone who's just starting up, because we have a lot of young people coming into this space right about now, why do they need to embrace or to engage with your company?
First of all, like I said, digitalization. We can't really thrive in the traditional forms of marketing.
Why do you think so?
Because the technology is here. You know, technology it's actually a platform where we can reach people that traditionally we couldn't even reach them. You know, because initially we were using flyers. You know, throwing them around in town. But right now, these flyers can actually be uploaded on Facebook in soft copy, and it will reach a wide array of people that we couldn't even reach when we were using the traditional
You put
forms
it in a
of
WhatsApp
marketing.
group to 76 people instantly.
And people see it. So digitalization is here, technology is here. So if we embrace technology, that is what I keep on saying, if we embrace technology, there is no limit. You know, the limit is actually your mentality, you know. And let me tell you something, human creativity is the ultimate economic resource. You know, how creative are you? You know, how creative are you to get your product from point A to point B? You know, regardless of the logistics, how creative are you? You have technology with you. You have most people have smartphones right now. There is a digital signage device. You have a product that you want to sell. How do you sell it? You know, that is the question. How do you do? Because you have everything. You have the device, and you also have the market. So right. How do you do it? So you have to be creative enough. Yeah.
And how is the competition for your company? Because you must be facing, I'd say, several other entrants or people who've been there in the industry. How is the competition, and how are you faring at the top of them all? Why does someone need to embrace Infinity Media and not any other?
Okay, let me say something. Out of 100%,
to that camera.
Okay, out of 100%, we have just exploited 20%. So there's a whole 80%. So which means this industry has a lot of opportunities. And for you to choose Infinity, there's so many companies doing the same thing, but there is quality in the service. There is quality in the product. You know, there is something called team leadership. There is something called team membership. So we work with you from point A to point B, and you get to understand the metrics, you get to understand the logistics, and you know, something amazing. You can actually do it for yourself, because we all have computers, we all have smartphones, so these are devices that we can actually use to market our products. Yeah.
Sure enough. So there you have it. We have Kathleen Mureithi right there, just putting us at par with digital marketing, I'd say, digital signage marketing, what she does with her company, Infinity Media. You can go check them out on Facebook, infinitymedia.co.ke. Go get more information from them and get to use this to improve your business, I'd say, because we have more people spending time online, either taking random facts, looking for money-saving tips, job searching, stocking a crash. All these you can take advantage of, because just pop and they are seeing your product and they are buying it. So go ahead, check them out and get with them, probably. Shukran sana for being with us.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana.
Asante.